Cardinal gates, safety products for children, pets, and homes. Patio Door Guardian, installation video. Before you begin installation, please make sure to read the installation instructions thoroughly, as it contains important safety warnings and assembly tips. For installation support, please give us a call or visit us online. Start the installation by checking the parts list. Check the assembly for the following parts. The following tools are recommended for this installation. The Patio Door Guardian can be installed to most adjustable doors, including doors that slide open from right to left, and doors that open left to right. The installation process for both configurations is the same, except for the pin configuration. If your door opens from left to right, you will have to switch and adjust the housing cover. This will be shown later on the video. Start the installation by making sure the door is, and remains, in a fully closed position. Next, locate the keeper, and place it into the top track in an approximate final position. Hold the keeper in place for now, do not attach it at this point. Slide the door back and forth to ensure that the keeper will not interfere with the door movement. If there is a wall on the way without enough room for the keeper, or if the keeper interferes with proper door movement, you may be able to drill a 7/16 inch diameter hole directly into the header. This will accommodate the lock bolt. The pin on the housing cover assembly should protrude this drilled hole. To use this method, it is recommended you use the provided template. Next, locate the housing cover assembly and place it up against the edge of the door frame. If the cover plate is in place, snap off the cover plate prior to installing the housing cover assembly. If the housing cover assembly is wider than the door frame, you can add shims behind the mounting plate. The shims are not included with your lock set. If the housing cover assembly is not wider than the door frame, then shims will not be required. The shims can be used to center the lock pin to the keeper, if the keeper doesn't sit centered in the track. Before securing the housing cover assembly, it is important that you test fit the lock and keeper to ensure there is 1/16 inch clearance between them to prevent binding after installation. Once the housing cover assembly is set in place, use a tape measure and measure the distance between the long slot holes and the door stile or frame edge. If the distance is less than 3/4 inch, then only use the 2 round holes. If the distance is less than 3/4 inch, do not use these screw holes. Do not insert the screws on these long slots, as you may shatter the glass. If the distance is greater than 3/4 inch, then it is recommended use all 4 screw holes to secure the lock. Next, drill 4 pilot holes through the pre-drilled holes on the lock plate. Drill the holes using a power drill with a 3/32 inch drill bit. Make sure not to drill past 3/4 inch max. Secure the lock plate using 2 number 8 by 1/2 inch screws and 2 number 8 by 1 inch screws. The short screws go to the slotted holes and the long screws go to the regular holes. Fully tighten the screws using a Phillips screwdriver. Take care not to over-tighten the screws. Once all hardware is tightly secured, cover the screws by snapping the cover plate onto the lock plate, as shown. Finally, secure the keeper using 2 number 8 by 1/2 inch screws. Using a power drill with a 3/32 inch drill bit, pre-drill 2 mounting holes located on the center of the keeper. Fully tighten the screws using a Phillips screwdriver. Once the screws are secured, you can adjust the lock pin and insert it into 2 holes on the keeper. The hole closest to the door, and a hole on the opposite side. The hole closest to the door can be used to keep the lock door in a fully closed position. The hole furthest to the door can be used to open the door a bit to allow a few inches of breeze. If your door opens from left to right, then you may continue watching this video, otherwise installation is now complete. If your door slides open from left to right, you can adjust the housing cover assembly, as shown. Begin by snapping off and removing the cover plate. Next, remove the pin cover. Slowly slide off the housing cover. Remove the lock pin and turn it 180 degrees. Then snap it back into place, as shown. Before putting the lock pin in place, this is your chance to adjust the lock pin position. There are multiple holes on the housing that allows some adjustability. Choose a location and snap the lock pin in place. Take the housing cover, turn it 180 degrees and then slowly slide it back into place. Once in place, take the assembly and place it on the door frame. Repeat the previous installing steps, and proceed to securing the housing cover assembly onto the door frame. Congratulations! You have just completed the installation of the Patio Door Guardian. Enjoy your new Patio Door Guardian. Brought to you by Cardinal Gates. If it's a Cardinal, it's the best.